colleagues in the Senate and the House with the administration to make this just an extraordinary piece of legislation that finally addresses the needs of working families. Thank you. Senator Graham.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman, and to our witness, welcome. I have a high respect and regard for you. Your budget, like every other president's budget, is probably not going to go very far, but that's just the way it is around here. And let me tell you why this budget probably won't go very far. There's some things you can fix. This budget's not one of them. What does this budget do? Over a 10-year period, it increases $5 trillion in additional spending. On top of what we already spent, $5 trillion over 10 years. It raises taxes to $3.6 trillion. What does that mean for everybody working out there? This budget will come to your neighborhood soon. There's just not enough one-percenters to bear all the load of this. In terms of debt to GDP, we'll be at 117%, the highest since World War II. What does it do in terms of taxes? 20% of GDP will be taxes, the highest level in the history of country. And we're competing in a world where people are trying to be more competitive. Businesses can go anywhere in the world to do business, and I think a lot of them will be choosing another spot other than the United States because we will drive them offshore. This tax and spend budget will break the back of our economy and will destroy future generations' ability to achieve the American dream that most of us have had a shot at, because we will sink them with debt. We'll have an economy with tax structure that very few businesses will look to America as the place to locate. Other than that is fine. The real problem with the budget is on the defense side. You know this gun butter debate? There's enough butter in this bill to call a heart attack for everybody in the world. This is the most cholesterol-laden budget I've ever seen. 17% increase for non-defense spending. 1.6% increase for defense spending. In a dangerous world, this budget increases defense spending less than inflation. Increases non-defense spending by 17%. If you don't have a television, you need to buy one. Look what's going on in the world. The Iranians are marching toward a nuclear weapon, 60% enrichment. We have Russia rallying the neighborhood it lives in. Afghanistan, we're about to withdraw, and ISIS and unfortunately Al-Qaeda types are going to reemerge. We've got North Korea threatening every day to expand their nuclear program. The Chinese are up to no good on every front. The incursions into friendly airspace by Russia and China at an all-time high. So our response is to basically neuter our defense capabilities. Mr. Chairman, how do you grow the Defense Department to compete with the technologies being developed by Russia and China if our defense spending is less than inflation? Their spending is not less than inflation. So this budget, I think, is blind to the world in which we live in terms of military threats. It has an approach to the role of the federal government that will destroy free enterprise. It will create a tax and spend policy in perpetuity that will make it very hard for the next generation of Americans to grow their own business, start their own business, and raise their families with some hope of acquiring wealth. 71% of all taxes in America are paid by people that make over $500,000. 53 million Americans pay zero federal income tax. Where are we headed? This budget, in my view, will destroy the ability to create new jobs in this country, will create a debt burden on future generations that would be devastating, and would, at a time of great danger, strip America of being able to maintain a qualitative edge over those who wish us harm. This is a very ill-conceived budget. It will get no support on this side. And I hope, working with Democrats and Republicans, we can find a way to have a budget that doesn't have 17% increase for non-defense and 1.6 increase for defense spending in this dangerous world in which we all live, and that we do not institutionalize tax rates and debt that are beyond the ability of the American people to flourish and survive. Thank you.
Thank you, Senator Graham. Shalanda DeYoung is the